Wow. All right, cool. Excuse me. And I'm back here at SpaceX. Thank you. Excuse me. All right. Here I am back at SpaceX, but I'm on a new tire. Under me is the Float Life's Enduro tire for the Onewheel GT. I did a previous video talking about this little crack and things that upset the stock slick tire. Man, this tire doesn't do that. Right now, as I breeze over this little bump, it's much more comfortable, and I'm at 18.5 PSI. That's a lot for me, or I guess since last week, I've been running 8.5 PSI, which is freaking crazy. It's been in the 90s and in the hundreds in LA and its surrounding areas. Boy, I regret making fun of Las Vegans last week. So I came to this road last time with the stock tire in hopes to remember how it feels, and there's no need. The Enduro is smooth as butter. The Float Life guys, they're not playing, man. They turned this thing into a cloud. It feels absolutely great. Carvy, it's round. I wouldn't have it any other way. Now that I've got my tire at the right PSI, at 18.5, which is kind of cool, it feels lovely. Initially, the tire they sent me wouldn't inflate correctly. And that means that I could only get up to 8.5 PSI without rubbing all the time, but I was still rubbing most of the time. And that was a problem because I basically couldn't skate. But I fixed it by skating. I ground the tire down a little bit on the concrete by pressing both sensors and holding it down, and it made something go, but I loved it. I loved skating at 8.5 PSI. The only time I ever get anywhere that close was on the beach, on sand, but skating at 8.5 PSI on the Enduro was like skating on just the top of a muffin. It was lovely. I guess muffins seems even harder than that. It was skating on a marshmallow. It was great. And if you lower the stock tire back in the day, the Vegas, down to that much PSI, it was just mush. It didn't have any bite back. It didn't have any cushion. It was just terrible. But on the other hand, the Enduro, I don't know what they did, but it's definitely skatable at really, really low PSIs. It was carvy, it was responsive, but it was a little bit slow. I didn't get the acceleration I wanted out of the tire. I could really feel the lag because of the flat tire. I mean, I'm running at 8.5. Normally I run 22.5. So big difference. Oh wow, I didn't even have to slow down over that stuff. Last time I was here at SpaceX, enjoying the Falcon 9 rocket, I was on a Onewheel GT with a stock tire. This Onewheel GT, she's covered by the Float Life's Enduro. What does that mean? Well, I'd say let's find out. But I've been riding this tire for probably 80 miles, 100 miles now. Not this tire, because the Float Life actually made a mistake. Amazing. I know, right? But when the Float Life makes a mistake, they fix it. That's the best part. They sent me a tire that could only be inflated to 8.5 PSI before it rubbed everywhere. Well, technically I could get it up to 13, but it wouldn't really turn. But at 8.5, I could ride it. So being absolutely positively sick of the stock tire, I put on that tire and I rode it for less than 100 miles while they were sending me out this tire, the new one. At 8.5 PSI, I completely enjoyed the ride. I would not take a working perfect stock tire over a broken Float Life Enduro treaded tire, okay? That's how much better it is. I wish they only sold boards with this tire. I don't need the stock treaded. I don't need the stock slick. They are garbage tires compared to this tire. It's just, man, to say it's night and day is a disrespect to the day, because these tires are just so comfortable. Is it loud? No, it's quieter than the stock tire, but it still sounds like a little treaded, like a baby treaded. It sounds like a little, just a little. But the trade-off you get is just buttery, smooth carbs and confidence. On concrete with sand on top, the stock tire feels absolutely treacherous. You get over it and it wants to just kill you. It just wants to slip out and go everywhere. I had a friend eat it pretty bad. Hey, hats off to you, I know you're watching this, on that kind of medium. But this tire loves it. I mean, I'm not gonna say it loves it, I take that back. It doesn't hate it, it eats it. It eats it up like no problem. The carbs are nice, the ride is comfortable, dropping off of things is more comfortable. I mean, I can't possibly ask for any more out of a tire and be any happier with the customer service, because like I said, they shipped me out a replacement tire after the one that they sent originally was defective. They didn't ask me to ship it back or spend a dime of my money or anything. And they gave me a bottle of Stay Afloat tire sealant to go inside too. So I thought that was kind of nice. I didn't use it, however, because I was dead set on using the Flight Fins lightweight tire sealant. So I ended up scooping out what I could out of the old tire and putting it in the new tire. And basically I only saved maybe like 4 ounces out of 8 ounces. So I had put 8 ounces in there originally and I think I got 4 back. The sealant's been great. Maybe I just haven't punctured the tire or haven't had any problems. But yeah, after 100 miles at 8 PSI, I'm kind of missing the ultra cushion ride, but at 18.5 PSI, it's still extremely cushiony, but simultaneously, I don't feel like I'm lacking in the acceleration department. I don't feel like I'm missing anything right here. Like, I've gotten up to 19, which is pretty much my max. I just like chill at 19.1, 19.5, and it feels fine. On the 8.5 PSI, I definitely knew I was working to get up there. Okay, I know this is not crazy, but you see how there's like sand over gravel, like this kind of stuff? If you ride a stock Vega tire or the stock GT tire over this stuff, it doesn't like it. I actually think the stock GT tire likes it less than the stock Vega, which is kind of odd. It's very, very slippery. And don't make the mistake of riding on the beach and hitting a wet spot and then hitting that sandy spot. Last time I did that, I had to stop. I had to stop, get off my board, and scrape the sandy stuff off the wheel because it was so slippery. It was like every time my wheel rolled around to the slippery spot, it just, like the board wanted to cut from under me and take off. So, I say all that to say, this tire doesn't have that problem. It doesn't mind sand under it or between it and the concrete. I don't know if that's gonna change once those lovely little traction spots on the side wear off, but man, I can't complain. Not right now, at least. I mean, complain would be stupid. It's great, it's great. It's great, I love this tire. I love it, love it, love. Wouldn't have the Onewheel any other way. If you told me I had to ride the stock tire, I'd be like, I'm just not gonna ride today. Okay, no, I really do like riding, so I might ride today. The cost I thought was a little expensive. It seems like Onewheel tires keep creeping up in price, but is it worth it? Yes, yes. I can't recommend it enough. I mean, I wholeheartedly recommend the product, even if the customer service wasn't absolutely stellar. The product is beautiful. I'd rather have a Onewheel with this than any other tire out right now. And that's not saying a lot because it's the only tire out right now, but it's saying a lot because it's so much better than the stock tire. I can't begin to say how much better it is. It's like the stock tire is a McDouble and the Float Life's Enduro is something better than that. Are you hungry again? Maybe. Everything is so much softer on this tire than it used to be on the stock tire. Things that I thought or think will send me flying, they don't send me flying. I'm amazed, I'm happy. I'm thankful for the Float Life guys and them making this amazing tire, bringing the first aftermarket Onewheel tire to the market and making the product so crispy, so delicious, so smooth. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So that's it. Back at SpaceX again. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Well, this isn't a bad time to test how good you sound. There's a jet engine right next to you. That's what I'm here filming.